Hi guys, it's Sam here today with Bargain Hunting Blonde, and I am bringing to you a comparison video between the Chanel Trendy CC in the medium size and the very popular, not in a Chanel dust bag, Chanel Jumbo in the caviar leather with the silver hardware. This is a single flapped jumbo. You cannot buy these anymore. Now you'd be buying the double flap, but they are very similar in size. It's just this only literally has one flap when you open it, and the other double flap has two, very much a la the medium flap, which I'm sure you've seen. They're very popular and they're all over YouTube. So let's get into the comparison video. Let's start with the Chanel Jumbo. So the Chanel Jumbo is a very, very classic bag. It is just a bigger version of the medium flap, which is very, very common. Like I said, it has the one flap with the twist lock, and it has on the back the Mona Lisa pocket. This bag does have the two straps, so I have them kind of made a little shorter right now and I'm pulling them out. But it is the dual strap sort of bag, so you have two. And you can wear this as a, it's getting a little kinked up, as a crossbody. But, sorry about that, you've got this little guy right here. It is very long, as you can see, my hand is way out of the shot. It is very long as a crossbody. So it is most commonly worn and used as the double shoulder strap. This bag has, for me, since I only have the single flap, it is just one big compartment. It does have a back slip pocket, which currently has in here a nice little note to myself. I have no idea what that is. And it does have a back zippered pocket as well. So it's very much just an open bag. It is leather lined, and this one is black. A lot of these bags, when they are the double flap, do have the burgundy interior if they're black, but not always. It just depends on the year the bag was made. So very much, as you will see, this one has lost a little bit of structure, which is common with the single flap. Very much a classic bag. This bag currently retails for, if it was a double flap, $7,100, if I'm not mistaken. I wrote it down. Yep, $7,100. This bag is seen as a classic, so every time there's a Chanel price increase, this bag goes up. I started watching this bag when I was in college. I would say, I remember starting to check the price around 2010, 2011, and at that point, this bag was literally in the $3,000 range. It is now $7,100. That is insane. I would not buy it brand new, I'm not gonna lie. One, because I do not like the double flap, it's too heavy for me, and two, because you can still get some deals on the Preloved market. So, the jumbo flap. The Chanel Trendy in the medium size. Why I chose the jumbo to this medium is they're very similar, and I'll hold them up so you guys can see both. But let's kind of go over the attributes of this bag. So this bag, again, does have the turn lock just like the jumbo. As you can see, it has a shorter flap, but again a flap. This bag, however, has quite a couple different ways to carry it. First, you do have the top handle, which is held by this beautiful Chanel bar. You also have the shoulder strap, which is a single shoulder strap that is made up of chain and of a nice, beautiful leather strip to save your little shoulder. It has the Mona Lisa pocket on the back, just like the jumbo and the classic style, but it is differently shaped besides the top handle in the fact that it is made up of 3 compartments. So as you'll see with the jumbo has just one big compartment. This has 3. So instead of being just one giant pit, it does have 3 different compartments for you to put your stuff in, including a zippered back pocket. So the Chanel Trendy has a little more organization than the classic flap in the jumbo size. Let's start comparing the actual size of the bag. So Chanel Trendy, these are definitely going to take up the entire screen. And let's see if I can hold it on hand, get there eventually, the jumbo. So as you'll see, the Trendy is slightly, very slightly taller. I mean, maybe by like a centimeter taller than the jumbo. The jumbo is longer than the trendy. Let me hold these. So you can see it's hard to see, but from my backside, I can see slightly more of the black bag, which you're not going to be able to see on the screen. Like I said, the trendy has much more of a depth to it than the classic jumbo flap. That is because this has 3 organizational areas, and this is just one giant pit for you to put your stuff in. This bag, again, only has 1 way to carry it. Technically 2, but I really have not seen anyone crossbody a jumbo. While this solidly has 2 ways to wear it, and 3 if you don't mind a short crossbody. I just don't really think this works as crossbody. On the back of the bags, both of them do have the Mona Lisa pocket. The Mona Lisa pocket is significantly bigger on the jumbo, so I can get this is just an 8, easily in the back. I mean, you can't even see it. It is in the back. It's going to be black on black. It is in the back of this bag. This is my 11 Pro. It is not the max size. It does have a pretty thick pop socket on it. Also, again, back of the jumbo, not a problem. Getting stuff in the back of the trendy is going to be a little more difficult. So so this is again the 8. 8 fits, but it is much more snug of a fit. You can see it kind of in there right there. It is making the pocket also bulge a little more, while I felt with the other pocket I wasn't feeling that with the 8. And then I think it'll fit this, but again, I do have a very nice, very big Louis Vuitton pop socket on the back. Okay, so it does fit my 11 Pro, but it is much snugger in there, especially with the pop socket. And I would worry a little bit about putting it in there because someone can see that my phone is now in there. And I don't love that. I know people who have had their cell phones stolen from back pockets on bags like this that aren't zipped, and you know, forget it's in there, and then all of a sudden it's gone. Between the 2, which one would I buy? So you've got this trendy at $6,100, which I forgot to say. And then you do have the Chanel Jumbo at $7,100, which, like I said, is a lot of money. But when you think about it, it's $1,000 between the 2, which is still a lot of money, definitely another handbag, but they're a lot closer in price than you think initially when you hear, wow, this one's $7,100. Like, that's insane. If I had to buy just one, and I had a smaller collection, I would go with the Chanel Jumbo, but there's a big caveat. I would not buy it brand new. I would definitely look on the Preloved market. I would look on Fashion File. I'd look on The Real Real. I'd look on Yugi's Closet, and I would find this bag for less. Even if it's the double flap, you can find it for less. There are savings out there. You can find it in the black caviar with the silver hardware, the black caviar with the gold hardware. You can find it if you're looking for even a better deal. If you're not looking for black, you can find steals. Like, you can find this bag for cheaper. And if it was the first bag, or one of the, you know, first-ish bags in my collection, I would go with something more classic. Or if you're going to have a small collection, again, this much more classic. But if you're someone who likes something that is not as popular, I love this bag. I think this bag is so functional. I think it's so beautiful. I think you're definitely still getting the classic Chanel vibes with this bag. It's just, for a bag that's not considered a classic, to be at $6,100 brand new is kind of insane. Again, I did find this for a deal on the Preloved market, somewhat because that it is the medium size, but then I saw the medium size in this exact colorway, and it was $2,000 over retail on Fashion File. So I think it's really hit or miss with this bag, and I think I got this before everyone started really looking for it, and I did get it way before any of the Chanel price increases that have been like the crazy big increases. So I think that definitely helped. It's just a little more unique. It's just not as classic as this bag, and if this is going to be your only bag, your first bag, this bag I think is just going to be a better value. Also, something to think about. This only comes in lambskin. I love lambskin, but this is not the only bag in my collection. And honestly, I have so many bags that, like, I do rotate them, but this isn't going to be used for more than a week and then put away and cleaned and then brought out again later. While this bag, since it does come in lambskin and caviar, you could get it in caviar and literally use it every day. Caviar is very durable, and if you're gonna have a small collection or this is going to be your only bag, I could see wanting to go with the jumbo because of the caviar leather. So if you're me, you're going to have both because this is what I do. I also routinely buy things, the same bag, this guy, more than one color. But if I could only buy one and I was going to have a small collection, the Chanel Jumbo, just not brand new because $7,100. At that point, I'm going to save a little more and just try to buy an Hermes, Kelly, or Birkin. Like, honestly, just blows my mind. I just think about that and like my rent where I live in Silicon Valley and it is like on par with New York City rents. And yeah, this bag is a lot of people's couple months of rent even where I live. Maybe like 2 months of rent. A little less than 2 months of rent, but okay, you know, like this is definitely more than a month's worth of rent for basically everyone. So that's just insane. I mean, I love Chanel, but whew, guys, those price hikes are getting to me. I think they're getting to everyone. I know everyone's seen all the videos, and when I look up to do these videos, the prices, and like I know what I paid for these bags, I'm like, I will never be selling these bags because I will not be rebuying them. So thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope this kind of helped anyone who's been looking between more of a, what could I say, the trendy and a very classic Chanel bag. If you want to see how I style my bags, please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video, which is right now about twice a week. If you want to see how I style my bags even more, please make sure to check out my Instagram, blog, and Facebook, which I have linked down below. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.